6 Stoic truth to tell yourself daily. Build an unbreakable mind. Stoic Bloom. What if just 6 short sentences could change how you react to stress, failure, even success? You repeat them quietly every morning, and suddenly the noise of the world doesn't hit quite as hard. The Stoics believe that the words you whisper to yourself matter more than the words the world shouts at you. And they proved that the right daily reminders can build a mind that stays calm, clear, and composed, no matter what chaos surrounds it. In this video, you'll discover 6 Stoic truths to repeat daily, not as mantras for comfort, but as tools for mental mastery. Let's begin with the first truth, and possibly the most powerful of all. Part 1, I control my mind, not external events. Every day, life throws something at us, a rude comment, a traffic jam, a sudden setback, a disappointment we didn't expect. And most people, they react instinctively, emotionally, explosively. Then they wonder why they feel so drained, so rattled. But the Stoics saw this differently. Epictetus wrote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In other words, events are neutral. Your interpretation creates the story. And if you can control the story, you can control your peace. Think about this. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Your initial thought might be, how dare they? But pause. Did their action ruin your day? Or did your anger do that? The traffic is external. Your fury, entirely internal. That's the part you own. The phrase, I control my mind, not external events, is a weapon. When used daily, it helps you zoom out, reassess, and respond, not react. It gives you space between stimulus and response. And in that space, power. This truth isn't about being passive. It's about choosing your response deliberately. It's about deciding every moment what gets to live rent-free in your head and what gets kicked out at the gate. You can't stop the rain, but you can choose not to curse the clouds all day. You can't stop people from speaking, but you can choose what you allow to echo inside. So start here. When the world gets loud, get quiet, then repeat calmly, firmly. I control my mind, not external events. If this reminder helped you breathe a little easier, imagine what the next 5 could do. Share this video with someone who takes things too personally. Don't tag them, just, send it anonymously. Subscribe for more Stoic strategies and drop a comment below. What external chaos will you stop letting in today? Stoic Bloom. The world is noisy. Your mind doesn't have to be. Part 2, this moment is all I have. We live most of our lives either rewinding or fast-forwarding, replaying what went wrong yesterday, rushing ahead to what might go wrong tomorrow. And in that mental time travel, we miss the only thing that's actually real, right now. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once warned, do not act as if you had 1,000 years to live. Fate is hanging over you. He wasn't being dramatic. He was being clear. This moment is your only true possession. When you're stuck in the past, you feel regret. When you leap into the future, you feel anxiety. But when you return to the present, you feel grounded. Try this. Next time you're eating, just eat. Don't scroll. Don't rush. When you're with someone, be there, fully. When you're working, focus. Not to finish, but to experience the act of doing. The Stoics believed that presence wasn't a luxury, it was a moral duty. Because the present moment is where wisdom lives, where action happens, where life is actually lived. Ask yourself, how many nows have I wasted thinking about laters? When you begin telling yourself daily, this moment is all I have, everything changes. Your conversations deepen, your distractions shrink, your peace expands. You stop multitasking your way through life and start truly living it. So breathe in, look around. The past is a shadow. The future is a guess. But this moment is solid, sacred, yours. Stoic Bloom, you own nothing but now. Spend it wisely. Part 3, pain and discomfort are my teachers. Most people run from pain. The Stoics walk toward it, not because they enjoyed suffering, but because they understood this unshakable truth. Pain reveals what comfort hides. Think about the last time something was hard, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Maybe it was heartbreak, a failure, a rejection. Did it feel good? Probably not. But did it grow you? Most likely yes. Epictetus, who lived much of his life as a slave, said, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." To the Stoics, discomfort wasn't the enemy, it was the curriculum. Let's bring it down to earth. You go to the gym and your muscles burn. That burn is breakdown, but also growth. You meditate and your mind itches with distraction. That resistance, it's training. Life is no different. When you say to yourself, pain and discomfort are my teachers, you reframe the struggle. You stop asking, why me? And start asking, what's this shaping in me? You no longer see adversity as punishment, but as preparation. This doesn't mean you chase pain, but when it comes, and it always does, you meet it with open eyes, a calm breath, and the silent strength of someone who knows. This too is teaching me something I couldn't learn in peace. If you've ever grown more from a failure than a success, this truth is already inside you. Share this video with someone who's going through a hard time and let them know the pain isn't the end, it's the edge of transformation. Subscribe to Stoic Bloom if you want more tools to turn discomfort into discipline. Like this video if you've ever wanted to punch a wall but chose to breathe instead. And drop a comment below. What lesson did your last hardship teach you? Stoic Bloom, pain sharpens the mind, struggle builds the soul. Part 5, everything is temporary. The good news is your pain won't last forever. The bad news is neither will your comfort. To the Stoics, this wasn't sad, it was liberating. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, all things fade and quickly turn to myth. Seneca wrote, no condition is so bitter that a stable mind cannot find some consolation in it. Together, these truths point to one powerful Stoic realization. Everything is temporary. That moment of anger, it will pass. That wave of sadness, it will ease. That surge of pride or success, it too will fade. When you repeat to yourself daily, everything is temporary, you gain something extraordinary. Perspective. It helps you endure difficulty without drowning in it, and it helps you savor joy without clinging to it. You stop needing to control everything because you understand that time by its nature transforms everything anyway. The Stoics didn't deny emotions. They acknowledged them and let them move through like weather. Storms come, they rage, then they pass. The wise man doesn't try to stop the rain. He builds shelter within. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, whether by pain or pleasure, pause and whisper, this too is passing. Then breathe and move forward. If this reminder helped you let go of something today, share it with someone who's clinging too tight to something fleeting. Subscribe to Stoic Bloom if you're building a mindset that outlasts any mood. Drop a comment. What's one thing you now see differently because you remembered it's temporary? Stoic Bloom. Nothing lasts. That's why your mindset must. Part 6, Memento Mori. My time is limited. Few truths are as sobering or as awakening as this one. You will die. Not someday in a vague, faraway future, but truly, tangibly, inevitably, sooner than you think. To the Stoics, Memento Mori wasn't a gloomy thought. It was a call to urgency, a reminder that the clock is always ticking and that wisdom lies in hearing its sound, not ignoring it. Marcus Aurelius meditated daily on death, not to fear it, but to use it, to sharpen his choices, to cleanse his priorities, to stay anchored in the present. Because when you live as if time is infinite, you procrastinate, you scroll, you argue over things that don't matter. But when you live as if time is precious, you begin to choose. You choose to forgive faster. You choose to focus deeper. You choose to show up more fully. Not tomorrow, but now. Try asking yourself each morning, if this were my last week alive, what would suddenly become irrelevant? The answer won't just change how you spend your time, it'll change how you see your life. Repeating, my time is limited each day isn't depressing, it's clarifying. It strips away noise, it reveals what's real, and it lights a fire beneath the days you've been sleepwalking through. The Stoics didn't romanticize death. They used it to electrify life. So don't just remember that time is short. Let that memory shape how deeply you live while you still can. Stoic Bloom. Remember death, not to fear it, but to honor life. Part 7 final. There is no greater strength than the strength to govern your own mind. Throughout this journey, we've explored 6 Stoic truths, not as abstract ideas, but as living reminders. Daily affirmations that, when practiced with sincerity, reshape how you perceive challenges, time, discomfort, and meaning itself. These are not simply words. They are shields, lenses, tools, and if repeated with intention, they build something the modern world cannot shake, an unbreakable inner life. But wisdom is not gained by watching one video. It's forged by returning, reflecting, and living the philosophy again and again until it becomes who you are. So if this video has stirred something in you, stay with us. Subscribe to Stoic Bloom, not for motivation, but for method. Share this video with a friend, a sibling, a fellow traveler, anyone who's learning to be still in a world that never stops shouting. Like the video if even one sentence made you pause. Leave a comment below. Which Stoic truth will you carry into tomorrow? This isn't just a channel, it's a community of minds returning to what matters. And if you return each week, you'll notice something powerful. You speak more clearly, you walk more calmly, you suffer less, not because life changed, but because you did. Master your mindset, repeat what matters, subscribe to Stoic Bloom.